Hi. It's late. It's 11:30. I'm in the gym and all by myself. I just did some training just now, some mindset training, and yeah, we just got back from our Team Elite trip from Greece on a cruise. It was, I've been to many Team Elite trips, and they were awesome, yeah. But this one, I must say, is one of the, it's up there. It's one of the best. So we were on a cruise. We left from Athens, and went to a couple of islands. Our first island was, what was it called? Mykonos. And then it was Rhodes, and then it was Santorini, and then we went back to Athens. So, and New Skin booked the entire ship, right, just for us, the entire ship just for us. So it was an awesome trip. The food was awesome. It's all free flowing, okay, and everything's paid for. Even the mini bar is paid for. And when we got into the room, I think it was champagne or wine or something. So that was really cool. It's one of the best trips in these incentive trips, Team Elite trips. So want to go? So well, before the trip left in Athens, we and the kids and everybody, we actually spent about 10 odd days, 11 days in Athens. And we also visited some of the other islands as well. So we stayed a few days. We stayed about 5 days in Athens, and then about 3 nights in Milos, and then 3 nights in Santorini, and then we went back to Athens, flew back to Athens again, and then joined the cruise. Right, so it was really it was a really good one, together with the family and kids and everybody. Did a lot of walking. I just measured myself, and my fat percentage is the same as I left, so I'm very happy about that. A muscle percentage also, so that's good. That's good. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share some of the things about the trip. Not so much about the trip, but to tell you where we've been. I'm sure you've seen, if not, I posted quite a lot of pictures and videos and reels on the trip. I hope you enjoy them. So yeah, so this is one of the trips that we have every year, Team Elite trips. There are other trips as well, like Success Summit trips. For example, the one we went to Hokkaido, or the one in Melbourne, and the one we just went to was Amsterdam. So those are really nice. But the Team Elite trips, they're like next level. They're next level trips, okay? So really want to invite you guys to join the Team Elite trips, okay? But of course, you have to build a business, and you have to achieve certain level, become a Team Elite, and you qualify for these trips. Sometimes they are not cruises. Sometimes we go to a certain city, and then we spend some time there. And sometimes it's a cruise, but nonetheless, it's just awesome, and it's just not just the trip or the cruise, but all the leaders we get to meet. So we meet a lot of fantastic leaders, really inspiring, really really wise, very experienced, and we get to meet so many of them from all over the world. From America, from South America, from South Korea, from Pacific Islands to Japan to Hong Kong, and leaders from Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Philippines. So it was awesome to meet up with them, learn from them as well. And when you meet these leaders, sometimes you actually see what they do and how they are, and they really lead by example. They walk the talk. And they're so kind to share some of their experiences, what they do, how they become successful, what are things that they do. And it's really heartwarming to be able to work with them and to learn from them. So it's fantastic to see that kind of culture, that kind of environment of sharing and giving and really trying to help each other grow the business, and so which is just fantastic. That kind of relationship that we have with the leaders, it's fantastic. Of course, seeing their results and seeing how they can build their markets is just fantastic. So we learned a lot, and then we're back here to share with the team, to also improve each other as well. Of course, sharing with them our experiences as well. So it's really fun. So that's about the trip. And again, hope you maybe you can check out some of the pictures from IG and some of the Facebook accounts. Sometimes I think a lot of people kind of may not know what Casey and I do, or what we do in Nu Skin business, or why we joined or I participated. I've shared it a couple of times on live. Maybe I'll share this today. I mean, we started quite many years ago, about 20 odd years ago. I started when I was 32. And at that time we had full-time jobs. We were working in multinational companies, and happy with the job, really. I didn't have much complaints about working. I enjoyed what I did, and I think we had pretty good pay. But things changed in a sense that we had Jay. So Jay was born, and so when she was around 2-3 years old, I think every parent wants to spend more time with the kids. I'm sure everybody, most mothers do, and so that was one of the sort of the motivations. And I was looking for opportunity so that Casey could also not only be able to spend more time, but also be able to have an income. I think that's important as well. So having an income, as well as being able to spend time with JE was one of the motivations. And so at that time, to start our own business, it's really not on the cards, because we didn't know what business to do. We had no business experience. And of course, we didn't have a lot of capital as well, right? So when this business came, we were introduced by Stephanie, our sister-in-law. And so we, of course, was very hesitant about it, network marketing, and so a lot of people may think, just like me, I think everybody was thinking, sales and products and things like that. So of course, Casey and I, we're not the type, right? We're just engineers. I'm a mechanical, she's a chemical engineer, so we're not the type. So we didn't really have any interest at it at all. But we started, we went to a presentation, not because we wanted to. We went because it was by request, and so Casey and I, we couldn't say no, so we went to just give face and listen. So listen, and I was in that presentation that I was, it was a paradigm shift. What I thought it is was not what it is, and I was surprised by the science. I was surprised by the system. I was very surprised by the type of people who are doing the business. And I was thinking to myself, I'm a professional, I'm an engineer, I don't need to do this, I don't need to sell products, I'm an engineer, right? So why would I need to do this? Then I realized that in Nu Skin, there are so many professionals in our business, there's so many of them. And I was asking, why would these professionals want to do this business, right? Don't they earn enough already? Then as I was listening to the presentation, then I realized, oh wow, it answers one of the biggest questions I wanted. I wanted more time. I wanted to have certain flexibility, and I understood the business, and I realized, wow, this business allows us to build a business from home and build it globally, and recommending people products that they already use, either skincare or supplements, and be able to earn from the recommendation globally. And I said to myself, well, since I use products, I use toothpaste, I use skincare, and I use supplements, but we don't ever get anything back from anything, isn't it? So in this way, recommending good quality products, we were able to earn commissions. And I said, hey, that's good. We can do that. We can do that from home. And the point is that there was a pathway, there was a roadmap that when you build the business, that you will be able to have certain flexibility and certain leverage whereby you can continually have income. And it clicked. I said, hey, that's a good idea. That makes sense. So and I realized that why so many professionals are in this business was because it gave them that flexibility too. Time was the ultimate thing that we wanted. We wanted more time. So this business was able to give us that time. Of course, not at first because we were building the business, but later, within a couple of years, we built it in such a way Casey was able to be a full-time mother and be able to build the business on the side and have the income at the same time. So it was a win-win business, yeah. And there was no big investment needed really, because you just use the products that you needed to use and share them as you share them, and build a business. And of course, you teach other people to do the same thing, and you can do it globally. And that became franchising. It was like franchises. And so within 2 years, Casey was able to be to retire from being an engineer, and to have that time to be with JE, to have time to build the business, have time to be at home as well. So wow, and why not, isn't it? And to be able to earn more than your regular job is a bonus, isn't it? So that's how we kind of got started in the business, and it's one of the best decisions we've made, because not only can we do it, we can teach other people to do it now. We can teach others to also follow the same system and be able to do this globally in many countries, like 50 countries. So I say that's it's possible. Yeah. So from really being negative about it, skeptical about it, it made sense. It was doable, and so a lot of people who look at us and wondering what we do, you don't really know what we do until you sit down and understand what are the things that we do and how we do it. Because a lot of people have their assumptions, because this industry is, it's not that it's new. There are many companies, but sometimes when you don't understand it, and it can be done in some ways that you may think that's not professional. So Casey and I and how this company operates, it's very professional, and it's something that can be done in very ethically and with high integrity. And I think that's something very important in any business, and in this business as well, because it really is relationship. It really is sharing something that you use with people. It's not like things that we see third-party shop, online websites where everything that you compete upon is price. But you really serve your customers. You really share with them things that you also use. And in that sense, it's very sincere. In that sense, it's truth. It's really what you use. It's not something that you just sell online and you compete with price. And that's something that we don't do, okay? So you might not understand it. So, if this makes sense to you, and if it's something that you want more time, extra income, more flexible, then take a look at it, I'll probably, in the next few days, I probably will share a bit about the compensation plan in a bit more detail, and invite you to take a look at it and kind of understand it a little bit. But just today, kind of let you know a bit about our motivations for doing this business. So for me, after a couple of years of part-time, the income was the same as income where I was working full-time. And that's the time where I decided, okay, it's about time to retire from employment and go full-time in this business. But going full-time sounds like, oh my God, it's like putting all your time in it. Not really, because this business is really flexible. You talk to people, as and when they're available, right? And so a lot of times it's from home. A lot of times you're spending with the kids. A lot of times it's with your parents, and then you schedule time to talk to people. That really is the time that's needed, talking to people, going to training, or sometimes giving training. So it's not like 24 hours, in front of the computer. It really is flexibility. So if you can afford 10, 20 hours a week on extra when you begin, that's good enough to begin the business. Of course, if you have more time, you can do more, which is what I like about the business. It's within your control. You want to be paid more, then you work more, right? And if you want to spend more time, you can schedule a time as and when you like to, and then make appointments in the times that you feel that you can. And so a lot. And of course, when we started, and now it's a bit different, because when we started, there was no Zoom, there was no social media. But now there is. So a lot of things can be done by social media. YouTube videos that you can watch, you can make, you can Zoom with people all over the world. You can do that before. So now it's even better than before. The technology, the innovation, the way the business is done, social media is incredible. So those things help facilitate the business in a larger scale. So we're very excited. There's really no better time than now. If you 5 years from now, you look back and say, this is always the best time is now, right? And yeah, I invite you to take a look at it, understand it, because I have to say, and whatever you know about the business, I'm not saying what you know is wrong. What you know about what we do is probably not what you think. But if you're interested in building a legacy, building a leverage income, building something that you can leave for your next generation, and something that doesn't have capital, and something that doesn't have risk, and something that doesn't have inventory or even employees, things that you can control, the flexibility of your own time, and from home, then I invite you to take a look at it, understand it a bit deeper, and then decide, and then see if it makes sense. Understand the whole complete picture, understand the plan, understand the product, and there's no obligation, from understanding. It really is up to you. But the opportunity is great. The opportunity in health and wellness, it's trillions of dollars in business. The markets that we're expanding to, India, is tremendous. The new innovation that we're launching is going to be a game changer in terms of, measuring, assessing people's nutritional health, which is next level, which is going to change the market. It's just incredible. So if you look at India, we're talking 1.4 billion people. I'll talk about India in a separate video, but that alone is just a tremendous opportunity. Okay, it's untapped. So so that's a bit about the business. We joined because we wanted more time. We joined because we wanted more freedom to spend with the people we want to. We don't want to be tied down by a 9-to-5 job. I'm not saying 9-to-5 is not good. I'm not saying having a job is bad. I really appreciate, where I worked and what I learned from that stint. But there's a business. You can do a business, and this is the business you can do from home, without the capital, without the risks. And I'm saying, why not? Why not understand? Why not give it a try? Why not understand it? But definitely do understand it, because I don't think many people know what we do. They can just think that we're selling products and all that kind of stuff. That's part of it, but the bigger motivation, the big reason is to build a business. And when I say build a business, it really is building leaders. It's building people who are like-minded, people who have dreams, right? And they're looking for ways and to do a business, but without the problems or hard difficulties or challenges of traditional businesses, like paying salary, controlling inventory, overhead, electricity, dealing with all those things. So if you don't want those things, then this is an opportunity, this is a potential that you can take a look at. All right, so I need to go. Talk to you soon. Hope it makes sense. But do link up with anybody that is in the business, or us, or me, and I can share with you more about the business. I think tomorrow or a few days I'll talk about the plan, as well as other markets that are opening. It's really, really exciting. So really invite you to take a look. All right, with that, have a good one. Take care. See you soon. Sorry about the jerky motion.